I was a foreigner, man. I was born in Greece, so when I came, I didn't really speak too much English. But as a kid, I'd go to the record store and be like, with my older sister, check out records, and it really stuck to me. My name is Konstantinos Chimahidis, AKA DJ Coco, AKA Coco Mato, AKA Grand Avenue Records. What's up?
Once considered a late 1990s relic, the past decade has ushered in a record store revival. And it's not tapes or discs leading the resurgence, it's that antiquity of the 20th century called vinyl. Stores are now owned and staffed by die-hard music lovers, a completely different vibe than the days of the big box record store.
For people like me, obviously that's what I've grown up with. For newer generations, I think they gravitate towards it just because it's a tangible item that's also maybe their favorite artist. And yeah, maybe they're listening to it mostly digitally, but then they can go back and look at something that they actually own, right? Because a digital file, yeah, you own it, but it gets lost in the files. And I've DJ'd with digital files, I've DJ'd with records. I still have that feeling as well. You know, the tangible item, the record, holding it, pulling the record out. I say this all the time to my customers, it's romance.
Not just for audiophiles or music enthusiasts, there is a new emerging vinyl collector market.
I have kids that come in here and buy records, and for a long time they didn't even have a turntable. They just bought the records because they were certain artists. This is a collector's thing. Dilla records, you know, I mean, J. Cole, I mean, anything that's like collectible, I would compare it to a newer version of like the Nike Dunk.
DJ Coco spent years cultivating his reputation in the industry, working in high-profile record shops and at indie labels. But at heart, he has always been a vinyl-loving DJ.
I started turning plates in 1988. I was straight to the turntables every day after school. 1995, I'm working at this place, and I met a lot of people and like really started honing in on the craft. I was doing these small tours, and then one day I came through Phoenix, and the rest was history.
Konstantinos did not build Grand Avenue Records just for the DJ culture. It's a space for anyone who likes music. Although 12-inch records, including disco, funk, soul, house, anything electronic, are his specialty, he has stocked a number of artists and genres that are even surprising to him.
I got an Elvis section in here. I sell a lot of Elvis. I find a lot of Elvis records. They're easy to sell. Country section. I have a very curated country section in here. Nothing I ever thought that I would be messing with. But like I got the Raw Stats and, you know, the Willie Nelsons.
This unique collection of vinyl and interesting merchandise caught the attention of Spin magazine. Grand Avenue Records was recognized as one of the 10 greatest record stores in America.
Honestly, that was a surprise. I don't know anybody at Spin magazine. I'm just like selling other people's music that I enjoy. We have a lot of great record stores, and I think every store in Arizona, especially in the Phoenix area, is, you know, a top 10.
These days, DJ Coco is spinning a lot more than records in his booth. Whether he is mentoring a new generation of DJs, fixing turntables, or producing music for his Grand Avenue record label, making time for customers is always what he is about.
Even if I'm busy, by the time you're done shopping, I'm gonna give you that 5 minutes and, you know, we're gonna connect, because my most fondest memories being in a record store is that connection.
Meet Diane Bombshelter.
Well, I've always had a kitschy sensibility.
Believe it or not, velvet is a valid artistic medium with roots in the mid-century.
My main influence on why I wanted to paint on black velvet was Edgar Leetag, and he painted in the late 50s, and he did mostly Tahitian women. He did some men too, but he lived in Tahiti, and that's basically how black velvet painting really got popular, was because of him. The other influence would be from Mexico. You know, a lot of people recognize like the Elvises, and most of those were done in like a factory style, not hand painted from the beginning. But I think that is another reason why black velvet painting became ubiquitous in the 50s and 60s, mostly from, I would say, the Polynesian paintings and the Mexican paintings.
Working on black velvet is the exact opposite of a white canvas. You paint highlights using the velvet as shadows. The velvet also provides a unique depth and texture.
I would say there's two camps. There's people that think of velvet painting like, oh my God, that's so awful, because they think of sad clowns and Elvis and big-eyed children, you know. But then there's this other camp that, oh, I love velvet paintings because, almost for the same reasons, but they love it for that stuff because it's kitschy. They could go down to Mexico and grab one, or they could find one in a thrift store in Tucson for like $10. And I think that gets people, there's the people that get excited about it. And that's well, of course, that's who I want to market myself to. I make it because it makes me happy, not because, you know, I'm doing it because I want approval from the high society of art. I do it because it just makes me very happy to do it. And people enjoy it, and when I see people enjoying it, that makes me happy. And it's not about trying to make a mark in a certain market. I'm just doing it because it makes me happy.
Realism with a hint of kitsch and graphic art.
People do have this pre-mindset of velvet painting. Okay, so there's the kitschiness, there's the cool factor, there's the mid-century modern factor. What I'm trying to do is make people see that it can be even more than that. It could be a beautiful portrait of a Tahitian lady. It's not just kitschiness. It can be too, because you know, I have my poodle riding the donkey. I'm trying to open people's eyes and change their perception of what they think black velvet painting is.